What's up, Five Knuckle fans? Spencer here for a review for the movie Split by M. Night Shyamalan. I've been a fan of Shyamalan's for quite some time, and yeah, I can't deny he's made quite a few bad movies recently. But if this film is any indicator, he's starting to get back into his magic. This was a pretty good thriller slash horror movie all the way through. James McAvoy pretty much nailed this difficult role of playing someone with multiple personality disorder. So yeah, the film involves three young women being kidnapped and locked somewhere for the infamous beast to consume. And what is the beast, and why does he want them? All revealed later in the film, and later in this review in the spoiler section. Sometimes it didn't flow as well. There are flashback sequences in this movie, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I'll get to this later in the spoiler section, but there is a certain narrative that's constructed in the flashbacks. They do serve a thematical purpose, but it felt like a good element of it was missing, personally, for me. But I'll get back to that in the spoiler sections. Oh, I do different voices because this movie's about multiple personalities, and I'm doing different voices so I can imitate that. No, I'll never be James McAvoy. To sum it all up, this movie was solid all the way through. It had some genuinely disturbing moments that I'm surprised they were able to get into a PG-13 rating. And yeah, look forward to that when you see this movie. And I do say you should see this movie because it's good to see M. Night Shyamalan getting back in his groove. This was, for the most part, pretty well acted all the way through. No real plot holes, to be found. This was a pretty solid script overall. There are a few questions one would have, but we can get back to that in the next section. I recommend this movie. Go check it out. It was a lot of fun. Now for the spoiler section. Oh no. Oh Jesus. The spoiler section. Alright, what are we gonna go over? Okay, so I really liked what they did with the beast and sort of the concept of purity in this movie. You might think the reason why he's going after these women is because of purity. However, that's not quite the case. In fact, he considers people without imperfections to be impure. Case in point, like these women have been coddled throughout their life and thus never suffered any hardship or suffered at all. And he considers that to be a burden, that their lives don't matter. So that's why, well, I say he. It's he, she, he, and I believe the beast identifies as male. They all think that, they're impure by not having imperfections. Which was a nice spin on it. So, I liked that. To where, it's the flaws that make us perfect, people. It's the flaws that make us perfect. Oh, what a beautiful sentiment. So yeah, the main character tries to fend off James McAvoy, and the concept of changing your body chemistry, I was wondering how they were going to tackle that. And at first it was shocking. Again, he gets stabbed with the knife and the knife breaks, so that pretty much confirms, okay, he has super strong skin. But you have to wonder, how strong is it? How far are they going to go? No, he takes 2 point-blank blasts from a shotgun and still ends up okay. Yeah, they build it up to almost superhero, supernatural-esque limits. And yeah, that actually plays a role. Guess what, boys and girls? This is a sequel to Unbreakable. Yeah, you would have never have guessed it. I partially thought that in the movie, but I never thought that would happen. But no, it's at the very end, there's these 2 ladies in a bar, and they're like, oh yeah, this guy, he did some crazy stuff. You remember that one guy in the wheelchair that did the crazy stuff? And then the other lady's like, oh yeah, what was his name? And then there's Bruce Willis sitting at the end of the bar, and he's like, oh yeah, that was Mr. Glass. And he takes a drink from his mug. It's like, oh snap, that's Bruce Willis from Unbreakable in Split. The universes are connected. Much more so than 10 Cloverfield Lane was, but that's a gripe for another day. Overall, and in the movie, it's stated that there's 24 personalities, total, with the Beast included. And really, I counted, you only see 7 of them. You see, let's see if I can remember them. You see Jade, the one who has to take insulin shots. I can't remember his name. Oswell, something like that. Orwell, who quotes literature. And then we have Barry, who's this fashion designer bloke. Then Hedwig, the 9-year-old kid. Then Patricia, the sort of mom of the group who tries to keep everybody in check. Then there's Dennis, who's pretty much the main one throughout the entire movie. He's the most consistent personality. And then, of course, the Beast. And we do see the actual Kevin very briefly in the movie. They did the Beetlejuice trick where, you say his name a couple times, and then he's like, oh, I'm back. Is it 2014? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, did I kill that person? She's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, can you kill me? I got a shotgun over there. And stuff like that, yeah. It was a lot more emotional than I'm making it out to sound, but that's pretty much how it played out. Overall, the Beast literally eats the other 2 women. Yeah, he freaking eats their intestines in this PG-13 movie. Holy shit. I did not expect that, and he takes a big chunk out of the main character's leg. And basically severs the spine of an elderly woman with his own brutal strength, and possibly broke a couple ribs too. Just gives her a big bear hug and crushes her. And he's crawling on the walls and shit, crawling on the ceiling and breaking lights with his feet. It was pretty cool, actually. I honestly thought it would look silly, but they actually did make it a little bit intimidating. Him, that one shot though, when he's bending the bars and he's screaming. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the other parts. He sees the scars on her body. He's like, oh, wait. You are pure. And he just leaves her alone. Honestly, I figured one of them was going to kill each other. I didn't think both of them would walk away from that scenario alive. But no, she runs out of bullets and he lets her live because she is exactly what he considers worthy of being alive. And just sort of fucks off, I guess. And that was the spoiler section of Split. What did you think of the movie? Was it nice for you? Did you like it? I liked the movie. I liked it a lot. Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And what we got social media. Yeah, follow us on that. We got the Twitter, we got the vid.me, we got all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I want you to have a nice day, alright? I don't care whether or not you want to have it. I want you to have it. You have that nice day whether you want it or not. Okay, kid? Okay, cool. Yeah, peace. I'm not even gonna edit it. I'm just gonna put it like that.